This is Dr. Maxine Bryant with GriotSpeaks, and today I am quite excited to be able to share my platform with Camille Walker. Camille Walker is a nutritionist. She's an exercise guru. She's from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to have her to introduce herself shortly here in a minute, but we have a 15-minute power session for you today. We're going to be giving you information that's going to help you to eat. What? Yes, eat. We're going to be encouraging you to engage in your own self care, help you to gain an aptitude for wellness. That's the A, and teach you at least one technique. So while you're busy eating this season, we want you to eat right. Correct? We want you to take care of self. So, Camille, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Brian. I appreciate you sharing your platform with me. My name is Camille Walker. I have a lot of hats. I play a lot of roles in the community, but I just basically help people feel better through education about health and wellness. So I am a certified personal trainer, nutritionist, financial asset manager, yoga instructor, breathwork instructor, and AI data annotator and ethics innovator. So, what all of that means is I just come in and I provide resources for people to just help them feel better. I am not a doctor, so I do not diagnose. But I take what your doctor has already given you and told you about your conditions, and I just help you feel better. I like to call myself like the Amazon of wellness. I just have a platter and you just pick whatever services you need. Like Dr. Brian said, I am a government contractor in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I basically travel around Indiana, again, working with various hospitals and educational institutions just to help people educate themselves about the importance of self care. Again, self-care is not selfish. It is a luxury that is necessary, okay? So that is what this whole conversation is really going to be about, is getting your mind, body, and spirit ready for the new year so that you can have the most success in 2026.
Absolutely, Camille. And I'm so appreciative for you joining me on Griot Speaks. Now, traditionally, Griot Speaks is all about empowering people through information, particularly as it relates to the genius of African Americans. Well, you're bringing some genius to us today in terms of sharing some nuggets with us. You know a lot about the physical body and our minds and how it all kind of works together. Will you please share with this audience at least one thing? If you could open our minds and have us take in one thing that's going to help us to remain healthy through this season, what would it be?
So I have a program that is surrounded around the 8 dimensions of wellness will. And those dimensions are physical wellness, emotional, spiritual, mental, financial, environmental, intellectual, and social. So I know that that is a lot, but all of those components make up your total self, right? And so when one component is a little off, if your will is a little bit in balance, your entire system is in balance. So what I need people to understand is that yes, you can focus on exercising, the diet, you can do all those things, but still feel off. You can have money, you can be a millionaire and still unhappy. You can have all the friends in the world and still feel unloved, right? That is because there is some component of your 8 dimensions that is off. So, my purpose again is to come in to say, hey, there is something that we can tweak that will make your total self balance, right? So if they're again wrapping all of that things up, if there's one specific thing that I could tell people, it is that you have to focus on your entire self. It is not just about eating well. It is not just about the exercising. It is all of the components. And we have to understand that if we are not a holistic self, then we are not operating at our highest self.
I love that. Now, so we're already into the part where we're engaging people to participate in self-care. What about aptitude?
Mm-hmm.
How does one develop an aptitude of wellness?
Yeah, so again, when we're talking about those dimensions, one of the things that I tell my clients often is that you can trick your brain into thinking that it's doing way more than it really is, okay? So let's say you want to start with a small goal. So when we're talking about 2026 and those New Year resolutions and getting everything ready for the new year, right? We often want to jump into those big goals saying, well, I'm going to exercise an hour a day, every day, 7 times a week, right? That may not be realistic, right? And then you fail, and then you feel bad, and then that cycle of failure continues to where you don't even want to try. So the goal is take those small, very, very small steps that become a way of life, right? So maybe you can start off with just saying, okay, well, I may not be able to go to the gym every day, but I can sit in my chair and do some stretches while I'm sitting at my desk at work, right? So again, those are things that help your body, small individual things. It could be something like, I know I can't completely cut out of sugar, totally out of my diet, but maybe I'll stop eating sugar past 6 p.m., right? Because again, those are small things that make huge changes in your body that rewires your brain into wanting to do more. It's that stimulating the brain to want to receive more rewards by doing good things that your body enjoys. So again, it's a mindset thing that we want to establish before we even jump into those big goals.
Wow. I love it. I love it. This is so valuable. I hope my our listening audience is really taking this in. Now, we promised 15 minutes of power, and you've already delivered some powerful nuggets to us. What I want to do as we begin to wrap up is identify some techniques that our listening audience can begin to implement right away. What are some simple things that people can do if they're not going to go to the gym, they're not going to walk 5 miles like I do. They're not going to do all the little yoga things that you do. What are some things that people can
Absolutely.
engage in at home, they're sedentary or whatever? What are some things that they can do to either loosen up, reduce some stress, maybe tweak a thing here or there? Give us some helpful hints.
Absolutely. So, again, one of the things that I do around the community is I do chair yoga for seniors and limited mobility. Okay. My eldest client was this beautiful, wonderful Black woman in her 90s, and she was able to do the entire 45-minute class. Yes, she did. So, when I say anybody can move their body and get that physical exercise, anyone can do it. So,
Right.
I'll do a couple things. One of the things that I specifically want to start with, and I'm going to turn to the side, is I tell my clients posture is everything, right? A lot of times when we're sitting at our desk, when we're working, we may have our shoulders slumped. That tech neck is what I like to call it. Has a little bit of a bump right here, okay? So, what I tell my clients to do is you want to squeeze your core as much as you can. Again, we're not sucking in, we're squeezing the muscles, okay? And you want to roll those shoulders back and your chin is parallel. Something like that instantly will change your mood, okay? Instantly, right? So now when you are sitting and standing with your head held tall and your back straight, that puts everything in your alignment. I tell my clients, let the bottom of your spine and the top of your skull be in alignment, a straight line. Now we're going to do breathing. Okay. I know breathing is something like, everybody does it. It's not a big deal, but it's the type of breath work that makes the difference. Okay. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, deep breath, 2, 3, hold that breath. Good. Exhale out of the mouth. Okay. Again, in through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale out of the mouth. One more time. In through the nose. Hold. Exhale. Breathe regular. Okay. Now, that will regulate your autonomic nervous system. It will shut down any fight or flight stressful situations that you may be in. I promise you, taking a deep breath automatically shuts that off, which stops the cortisol from pumping, which in turn regulates your entire nervous system, right? So let me just give you an example. Let's say a deer is running. It's running from a predator, okay? It's running in the woods. Do you think the deer is stopping to eat some of the berries that they're seeing? Are they stopping to get a drink of water? No, they are running and fighting for their life to get away from danger. Oftentimes, us as humans, we have that same response, but we're not actually fleeing from danger, which means our brain doesn't shut that off, which means we are continuously in a state of fight or flight, heightened stress, and that is why they say stress is the number one killer, because we don't regulate our nervous system to shut it off. It keeps going and going. So by using that good posture, allowing for your breath to go directly to your brain and out through your mouth, you are regulating your nervous system. You are telling your body, I am safe. There is nothing that is going to harm you. You are safe. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you one more physical thing to release some of that stress and tension. So, again, a lot of us hold stress in our neck, in our shoulders, in our head, right? If you've ever been in a stressful situation and then 15, 20 minutes later, all of a sudden you have a headache. All of a sudden, your chest may be hurting, right? That is the physical embodiment of the stress in your body. So we have to release it, okay? Now, what we're going to do from here is we're going to just do some simple neck stretches, okay? You're going to go around and around. Again, we're just releasing that energy, okay? Release it. Now go in the opposite direction. So if you were going clockwise, go counterclockwise. Good. Keep going. And remember to breathe. You should be breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth. Good. All right. Now find your center. Keeping your head right in the middle. We're going to do one more. That is a really good one. Really good one. This is one of my favorite ones that I do with my clients. It sounds very silly. Okay. Bring your arms up and smile. Wave those hands. Wave them. You feel silly. I know. It feels so silly. Keep going. Remember to breathe. Release it all out in 3, 2, 1. Relax. Bring those arms down. So again, releasing that energy, releasing that now, that just tricked your brain into releasing that stressful energy. Anything that may have been holding in your mind, in your neck, it's gone. And then you tricked your brain into being happy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, audience. So we have learned to sit up straight, have our posture straight, make sure our spine is aligned. We know now how to breathe in our nose, hold it,
Exhale.
out of our mouths. Know how to rotate our heads, and we still got to be breathing while we do this.
Please, please.
And then we can finish by being just silly. gotta breathe the whole time. You gotta
The
remember
whole
that
time.
breathing thing. Oh my goodness. Camille, thank you. Thank
You
you.
are so welcome.
So much. What I tell y'all, 15 minutes of power. Yes. This has been Dr. Maxine Bryan with Camille Walker, and we're bringing 15 minutes of power by GriotSpeaks. And remember, when Griot speaks, listen, that will help the genius in you to be healthier. Thanks a lot. See y'all later. Have a wonderful December. Eat, take care of yourself, de-stress. Let's give it up for Camille Walker.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.